I just want to be somebody girlfriend, somebody wife, somebody son.
Dating in your 30s really is the ghetto.
I truly believe being a woman in your early 30s and single is truly the hardest.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I know I'm now single, but I can't do it. I can't go back on dating apps. I'm 30 years old. I cannot go back on dating apps, and I don't know what I'm going to do.
Dating really sucks.
I'm 28. I'm going to be 29 in April next year, so not that long left. I'm going to be 29 years old, and there is not a single soul on this planet who wants to be the love of my life. Where the are you, please? Where are you?
Guys, I'm 32. What the fuck are we meant to be doing for dating?
I am so tired of being single.
There's another part of me that is immensely sad.
This just made me realize I need a fucking man.
I'm just stuck in a drought, it seems.
I thought I would have kids. I thought I would be married by now.
Yep.
And now the closer I get to it, and I'm scared. I don't know.
We've basically told a great generation of young women, don't get married, don't have kids, go get a corporate job. And it's created mass political hysteria. And then in their early 30s, they get really upset because they say, you know, the boys don't want to date me anymore because they're not at their prime. And people get mad when I say that. Well, it's just true. If you're in your early 30s, I'm sorry. It's like you're not as attractive in the dating pool as you were in the early 20s. But again, you have your corporate job and cats. So I thought you know.
Corporate job and cats is crazy. As more and more women struggle to get commitment from the men that they desire, more and more of them are hitting the wall daily. I'm your host, Black Boy Wonder. Hit the subscribe and let's get into it. Welcome to The Wall.
So here I am, single, in my 30s, and dating. And oh my goodness, it is freaking hard. It is really hard to date in this world. It's even harder when you're someone who has just been in long-term relationships for such a long time and you haven't even dated. So you don't even know what this world is like. And recently, it's like, it just feels like it's just a constant, like, you see someone, it's going really good. You get to like the 2-month mark, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, this isn't working out. And it's so hard to be so vulnerable and put yourself out there and put your heart out there and your soul, and then somebody to turn around and just be like, you're incredible and amazing, but no. And then you have to rebuild yourself from there again. How do we do it, and why? Why do we do this to ourselves?
So another sister that thinks that you should start worrying about getting married at the wall. 30 is too old for me.
I just want to be ready for marriage. I mean, I just want to be ready. I don't want to just rush and get married just for the sake of,
Well, I would say this. Were your mother and father married?
They were. And my mom was she actually had me when she was 37. So, I mean, special case, it doesn't happen often.
So does your mother, how many children does your family have?
It's just me, which is why I feel like I need to have kids.
No, that now explains a lot. See, only children are the women, some of the most difficult, problematic people on the planet.
Yeah.
They're spoiled, selfish, delusional.
Okay.
Only child syndrome is real. So,
What?
So what kind of dog do you have?
I don't have it. I'm a cat person.
Oh, okay.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I know I'm now single, but I can't do it. I can't go back on dating apps. I'm 30 years old. I cannot go back on dating apps, and I don't know what I'm going to do. Because what do you mean I have to be like, oh, so what do you do for a living? What's your favourite film? My favourite film is Shrek 2. But I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do this small talk anymore. Nope. And then, do you know what? You'll actually like someone, and then they'll just ghost you within 3 to 5 business days. Or they'll say, oh, I'm not really looking for anything serious, despite it saying that they're looking for a relationship in their Hinge bio. Make it make sense.
It makes perfect sense, just not to her and women like her. Men and women are very different, but can be very much the same. According to Pew Research Center, most women want family, marriage, and children. So when you come across a man whose bio says that he wants a serious relationship, it's not that he doesn't want a serious relationship or he's lying or being disingenuous. What it is that he just doesn't want that with you.
Life is just not easy for the woman when she hits a certain age. We're talking about women who've kind of had this highlight and then they've stopped getting offers because maybe now she's hit like 38, 40. And then it's almost like they've kind of gone into this dark hole now. It's so toxic. It's like horrible.
Well, here's the thing. Most men don't feel sorry for those women, and I'll tell you why. The reason men don't feel sorry for them is because the experience that she begins to go through when she's older is the experience 90% of men go through every single day. The guy who works at the post office, the guy who helped you pack your bag, the guy who delivered your Amazon parcel, the guy in your class, the guy that you worked with. Most guys are invisible. It is only the high value guys that catches women's attention. The guy who's tall, attractive, and shaped successful. So when women who have had that taste of the highlight, have been that desirable, got all the attention, everything, they then get to a point where now they're being treated how most guys are treated. Guys don't feel sorry for them. A lot of guys feel that if you wanted to have a partner, have a family, settle down, you get to that point in life and you haven't done that, it's because you definitely had an abundance of opportunity to do that.
I'm just sad because like it's a fucking Saturday night and I'm sat indoors on my own. I've got to go and pick my mum and dad up because they've got a fucking better life than me. Oh, I don't know why I'm so upset about it. I think it's because I text my friends and they're like with their boyfriends and I'm like, okay, cool. Oh well. So I'm just going to cry into my wine. I was talking to somebody the other day. And do you remember at school when you used to say, oh, when I'm 25, I'm going to be married with kids? Well, I'm not. I'm fucking single. Do you know what worries me? I'm like, where am I ever going to meet someone when I just spend my weekends sitting in my fucking bedroom? Because they're not going to run through the door with fucking flowers and sweep me off my feet, are they? No. And then I'm like, oh, I don't just want to go out for the sake of going out. Do you know what I mean? Like on the fucking prowl for a man. Because I wouldn't do that. But I'm like, where do I expect to meet someone? Hinge. Well, look what happened there. I just can't do it. I actually can't. I just feel sad for myself. Why am I crying? This is ridiculous. I don't even cry really. Like, I haven't cried in ages. I was probably due a cry, to be fair. This probably sounds really fucking stupid as well. I'm just gonna go get in the shower.
Guys, I'm 32. What the fuck are we meant to be doing for dating? The apps are terrible. I went to a dating event this evening, which was just as bad as you would expect it to be. All my friends love them, but they're all in long-term relationships, married, with kids. And with a majority of my friendship group, they're all kind of together. So they don't even have like friends of friends. Like, it's very incestuous and very selfish, by the way. So I don't know what to do. Not going to work again. Done that twice. Never doing that again. Would not recommend. There's no one at my gym. I can't afford the expensive gyms. Like, I walk my dog all the time. All I run into is grandparents. That's not my thing either. What are we doing? Because also, I do love being on my own. But it is nice to have, you know, that person. So where the fuck, like, what the fuck am I meant to do? Where are we going? Please, like, any hints or tips, let me know.
I've been single for a whole entire year now, and I'm cool, absolutely fine with it. I'm having a fucking ball by myself. But, you know, humans are meant to have connections. We're meant to have people. And I wouldn't mind getting back out there and, like, you know, exploring, seeing what's out there, dating, you know, stuff like that. But every time I step outside, I'm like, there's nothing out here. I don't know if it's just LA. I don't know what it is, but there's nothing for me out there. And when I do see that little fine shit, whatever, he talks to me, talks to so-and-so, talks to so-and-so, talks to so-and-so, and I'm just like, I'm turned off. My problem is, I want him to literally have tunnel vision when he see me. I want him to see me and be like, that's it. All these, bitch, move. That's what I want. That's my problem. I mean, I don't feel like that's a problem. I feel like that's reality. That's real. That's real shit. But, you know, it's just not real shit nowadays. So I'm just gonna mind my business and carry on and have my time by myself. But until, you know, he just feels like that's all I want, he not the one for me.
You got to ask yourself what the men want. And one of the most common refrains I've heard from men today are women today are just simply too hard. Women over 30 are just too difficult. Women over 30 are too difficult. But I'm going to say over 35. Women over 35 are too hard. You're too demanding. You require too much. You expect too much. You give too little. And men don't want to deal with that. You know how many times I talk to men and they're like, I went out with a woman who was 37 years old and I felt like I was being interrogated. Then I went out with a woman who's 26 and we had fun. Ladies, whether you like it or not, you're not fun. You're too hard. Older women are too hard. And see, what you hear a lot of older women say is, I do that because my standards. Y'all want to get out here with these younger girls because they want you for your money. Well, you want us for our money too. So older women want you for your money, younger women want you for your money. All women want you for your money in some form or fashion. That's not a differentiation.
Is it just me, or is every man in their, 40s that you're trying to date traumatized? I'm not out here trying to fix nobody. I already fixed myself. I feel like every guy that I've met or that I'm trying to date or that it's trying to, get to know has somehow been traumatized. Traumatized from their divorce, traumatized from their mommy issues, traumatized from I don't know what. But like, where are the good guys? Where are the guys that are like healed and normal and not bald? I don't know. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with being bald, but like, if you can pull it off and you shave your head, then that's one thing. But if you're trying to like hold on to dear life, like, no, please stop. I'm starting to think that I'm like so healed that I'm not willing to deal with any bullshit anymore. Like, I don't know. All the guys are like, I don't know. Am I the only one out here suffering? Am I the only one out here with this problem? Can somebody let me know?
Yep. These modern women, they never stop chasing the men that never want them. And then when they realize that they can't have them, then it's all men are the problem.
I am so tired of being single. It's been basically 3 years. And at this point, I truly feel like I don't even remember what being in a relationship feels like. And I know that sounds so dramatic, but I am so used to being by myself that I like can't even imagine having like a person that is just always there. And every time I complain about being single, are you on the apps? Yeah, I'm on the apps and it's a hellscape. I truly am in a relationship with it where I just go on it, feel hopeless, and just like I give up and then I delete it. And then I get so desperate to at least try to find the idea of someone that I re-download it. I'm literally 30 years old and I'm getting swiped right on by men that are either of my age or older that have intimacy without commitment as their relationship preference. I genuinely feel hopeless. And I don't really care how pathetic that sounds. I give up. I haven't been looking. Everyone says, well, you shouldn't look. I haven't been looking at all. I took a break from dating for a reason. And now I'm just stuck in a drought, it seems. And I am feeling really just lost. I don't know what to do anymore. And I hate this generation.
I am having like all the feels right now. I mean, my birthday's in about a week, so I've got all of that coming up. And reading through these comments is really intense, and I can relate to them so much. This is my story right here. I spent my 30s in a relationship with a man that I was very much in love with and expected to marry and have a kid with. And when I was 38, he left me for a 20-year-old. And it was so funny because at the time, I was amazingly optimistic. I really believed that, I was going to go out. I got a new job. I somehow managed to turn my life around after all of that. And I was absolutely convinced that my horrific experience in romantic relationships was like statistically likely to take a turn for the better. And that I was going to meet someone and I was going to be able to have a baby right under the wire. But that did not happen, not even by a long shot. And in fact, the experiences that I had with dating were just as bad, and in one case worse. to the point where I've now opted out of dating altogether because I don't feel that it is good for my mental health. And I'm going to be 47 in about a week, and I think, getting close to the end of the perimenopause phase, and there's a lot of intense emotions that I feel about this. In some ways, I'm okay with it. I have taken care of children my whole life, and there's a part of me that's like, great, now it's my turn. But there's another part of me that is immensely sad. I even knew what I was going to name my child. Like, I've thought about her for decades, and it really pains me to know that I will never know her. But I think the hardest part of this is that it comes with so much fucking shame. Not because of us. Like, we don't do this to ourselves. It is all from out there. Our society is so judgmental of women who didn't get married and don't have kids. And I hear it on a daily basis every single time I get on social media. I hear it from my own nieces who ask me sometimes, I don't understand why you're a woman if you didn't have children. They're 7 and 9. Where did they learn that kind of... The shame is everywhere. And I wish I could say it gets easier, but it does not. But I will say that I am getting better at taking care of myself and protecting my journey and loving it and learning to accept it. Ultimately, it is nobody's business. And what's truly shameful is that it's so socially acceptable to shame people who are already grieving and in pain. So do everything you can to tell the shame to F off.
Children are the most honest and unbiased. Sounds like a matter of the truth is just the truth, but you don't like that truth.
I have to thank every man that left me. I would have never been alone this long. and really got to know myself. I feel that as young women, we're devoting ourselves to this programming of love. And the truth is, you gotta love everything.
Okay, so as a woman, one thing that I'm very sick and tired of seeing is all of these women giving bad advice, especially to the younger women. Because you know what it is? Misery loves company. I see all of these women in their 30s, 40s, 50s that are giving terrible advice to women in their 20s and even younger than that. So coming from a woman, I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to tell you what hitting the wall means. So men value different things than women do. They value beauty, youth, and they value someone that respects themselves. When you start aging, your biological clock is ticking, and that is just a real fact. Going into your 30s, your options are going to be less than when you were in your 20s. And those guys around your age are now looking at the younger women, and you're going to be competing now with the 20-year-olds for the guys that you want. And then now when you're ready to start settling down and possibly start thinking about having kids, those same guys might feel like you're rushing them, and they might not want the same things at this point. So then the dating market starts getting stressful, and then now these women are rushing for time because now their biological clock is really ticking and they want to go through the stages. And then a lot of them end up single, a lot of them end up childless because they chose to have fun in their 20s instead of looking for a relationship. And they thought that when the time came that they did want to settle down, that they would still have all the options that they had when they were 20. But then reality hits, and a lot of them end up childless and single and not by choice. So don't listen to all of these women that are saying that they're so happy and they're so content with not having children and they didn't want to get married, because the reality is that a lot of them did, most of them did. And by that point, they just didn't have a choice anymore. And so they had to accept that now they are childless and single. So of course they're going to make the best out of it. But what I don't like is that they're preaching to the younger generation that this is the way to go. Because if they could have chosen otherwise, they would have.
How old are you?
I'm 24, almost 25.
Are you single now?
I am.
How hard is it to find a good man in 2025?
It's pretty hard. I feel like a lot of men are full of shit, but you know, a lot of women are full of shit too, so it goes both ways.
So you think you'll find a good man out here on 6th Street?
No, I don't think so. I live in Houston, so maybe one day in a hospital or something, I'll find a man.
What type of men do you think are out here on Halloween?
I don't know, a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything, baby. I don't know.
Do you consider yourself a good woman even though you're out here like this?
Yeah.
So why couldn't you find a good man here?
I mean, I could find a good man, but are there good men on this street? I don't fucking know.
But I'm saying, you say you're a good woman.
Right.
So if you're a good woman, why aren't there good men here?
I'm sure there are, but I don't want to find them because I'm not ready yet.
Okay.
Single for life. Y'all stay in school. Stop focusing on fucking relationships. Get your money up. Don't get your funny up. And the right man's gonna come when the man comes. And the right lady gonna come when the right lady comes.
Why do you think it's better to be single than to be in a relationship?
You can get on your shit easier. You don't have nobody holding you back. My friends need me. Hey, I fuck with you.
The truth of the matter is when you turn 30 or when you're in your 30s, you don't have time to waste. You don't have time to waste. Even in the dating, relationship, marriage, side or all that, you don't have time to waste. Because your 30s are when you are more grounded, like you have more wisdom. Your 20s were like, okay, you were still testing, experiencing, exploring. But when you get to your 30s, you don't have time to waste. One of our biggest currencies, not money, is time. You can always lose money, and remake it and make it back. But time is so hard to make time to have time back, unless God locates you and restore you with time, with His mercies. So when you're if you're in your 30s and you are dating and the person is like, oh, I don't know, wait, run.
Look, I'm single and I'm 30, and you have to settle down before you turn 30. You have to. I'm not saying this because I think you have to adhere to societal norms. I am telling you that at 30, you will have one night in you. You will not want to leave your bed ever. I'm not going to find the man of my dreams sitting in bed all day, but it is all I want to do. My bed is everything to me. Bedtime is the best time. So if you don't want to die alone, no, I'm being an idiot. No, you don't have to find anybody before then. I'm just letting you know that I'm sitting here how am I going to meet anyone if I'm glued to my bed? Is there anybody whose type is bed sores and gummy worms? Because that's where I'm at. Is anybody's type the grandparents from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? I'm going to have to settle down with a little micro... I'm gonna have to settle down with a particle of dust in the air. That is what is around me all the time.
Helping women to recognize they are not that special to where men stop getting demonized. I'm not going to settle. No, it's time to sell. If you're over 27, it's time to sell. If you're a woman over 27, it's time to sell. If you're a woman over 30, it's time to it's time to mark this shit on 50% off. If you're over 35, it's time to put that shit on clearance. If you're at 40, it's time to put that shit at the outlet. If you're at 50, Salvation Army.
So let me get this straight, y'all. This is now the third person, by the way, broke now, who cares? Third female who has told me that she met a guy and he was telling her how he don't chase women. He like women that show that they want him. Wait, what? What is going on today? The men want to be chosen. The men want to be chased. The men want to be taken out on the dates. I don't know what is going on. And I don't know about you, but I refuse. I would never, ever, ever chase a man. In fact, I have just been told just naturally, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong, but men like to do the chasing. And so I don't know what's up with these new age pick-me's, but has anybody else experienced this? I already got 3 of my homegirls telling me this, y'all. What is going on today? This is why I'm telling you, y'all, I would just be single before I do all of this stressful stuff that goes on in the dating world.
Ladies in your mid-30s, early 40s, how old are these guys that you're dating? How old are they? I'm trying to see something. nobody believes me when I say how old I am. And so I'm getting approached by a lot of younger guys. I don't know. And my daughter already told me, listen, don't fall below this threshold. She told me her age limit. So how old are these guys how old are they?
I'm just wondering what kind of options would be available to me. I'll give you a quick synopsis. I'm 42 years old. Last year I used to weigh 203 pounds.
None.
No, I'm not finished.
None. Yeah, you
That was
are.
last year.
Yeah, you are.
Last year, this year I weighed 165.
No, ma'am.
I've
said
been-
you're finished. You're finished.
I'm done.
Yep.
There's nothing left for me.
Not realistically.
Well, thank you.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Because I'm 42.
See, it's the age and the weight, and then if you have any children.
So my kids are.
Okay, ma'am. I don't need to. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. It's and I don't want to be rude. Sound like rude, but see, when you over 40 and you're obese, and or even if you're coming down, you still can go the other way, and then you have children. Okay, the only way that there would ever be any chance for you is if you were gorgeous. And if you were gorgeous, you wouldn't be calling. But if you have made it to 35 years old and you're unmarried, you are a leftover woman. Let me get this right. So you meet a man that's a high value man, a good guy. You think you're going to be celibate for what? What? Till you married?
Yes.
You got your goddamn mind. I wish I would meet a 37-year-old with 2 kids and think you gonna separate checks. Separate checks. Check, please. No. Listen, man. I'm making light of it because it is crazy. You're almost 40 years old with 2 kids talking about celibate. You need to be trying to get that away to secure a man.
No.
Listen.
When I do that,
Listen. No. You're talking about what you said. Is you attract lower value men.
not really.
Not the right men, crazy men, whatever. Not good guys.
Weak. Let's put it like that. Weak
Lower
men.
value is weak.
Okay.
The options are truly the same for all of these women once they age past 30. Men are not typically looking to marry them. I mean, if you want value for choice in life, especially with a wife, 30 is past her prime. And a lot of these women are very angry about that, but men are not interested in approaching women with bad attitudes, who don't know how to cook, who don't want to serve the family, but you want the man to serve you, and now you're past your prime. It's just a net negative. There's not much there for a man to really find pleasing. And a lot of these women, their only option is really to just date down with younger men. But at the end of the day, that's not gonna really pan out to a long-term relationship or marriage or anything like that, because the younger guys, they just want experience. They just want to clap those cheeks and keep it moving. Thank you all for watching. Please click that like, support the channel, helps me get into the algorithm, and drop me a comment. Let me know what you think about this one. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Until next time.